This would be your best. So, uh, so Doug Agnew had a friend. He wanted to be in a movie, right? So he played this guy, right? Kane, where he lay with impures gaze. At his hip, he carried a sidearm. So he'd be this character, right? So he'd be a small. So Kane. So he'd be confronted. Doug Agnew plays guy with the gambler's cap, right? The small pistol. He had a friend who played a big part, right? Like they'd really be at this movie where they'd beat a civil war, would really kill people, right? The two made unlikely pair of robbers, but you could never tell the part. City. King glanced around, searching for his own weapon. It lay across the room on the bureau, above which hung a cracked mirror. Damn, he thought. What the hell you think you're doing? King cried. It was the old man who spoke up. I've come for the money, he said. King laughed at that. If you ever negotiated to rob me, mister, you're up a creek without a paddle. Well-dressed man offered a patronizing smile. Comment that there was Kane felt something familiar about that gesture, about his mouth. The hearty way he looked at Kane, he couldn't place him. Certainly he'd seen his ilk before. See, Doug Agnew would be the small one with his friend, right? We're gonna go be this movie where he's a huge, large friend who's gonna be fixing houses, right? But you look like you're robbing people, right? So he's gonna be an actor. We have this large friend who's gonna be working on houses, being a house painter. They're gangsters, right? He really went out there like he tried, right? To be a house painter, right? So he was working on houses, right? They were anxious because the house painter was like a mobster. So they'd really be killing people in the Civil War, right? So the Civil War movie where he'd be working on houses, but he's called a house painter, right? Where they're fixing your houses, right? They wanted money. So nobody had money, but then they tried. So they get their money and pay, and they try. They get their book, where they get their movie, where his friend was a huge, large guy who looked like this huge, armed, dangerous felon. But they really want to be in a movie, so here's your movie. Come for what you owe me. When Kane furrowed his brow in bewilderment, the man added, You don't remember me, do you? Should I? Last Saturday night, the man explained, removing his gloves one finger at a time. When his gloves were off, he unconsciously rubbed the palm of his left hand. Knotted scar snaked across it, from his little finger to the thumb. It was the sort of room that would have made him grab hold of a knife blade, self-defense, at the Morgan Brothers. Kane still drew a blank. There had been so many such evenings of gambling and drinking of late. Like the other, this one formed a grayish blank in his mind, as if burned away the branding iron. My aces beat your queens, the man offered. Only then did it come back to Kane how he knew the man. He never forgot a hand, especially a losing one. It had been in one of the back rooms of the Morgan Brothers, a well-known gambling establishment in Richmond, Virginia. Fumbled around, thought, and when its name appeared with the aces, Eberly. Wealthy tobacco planter, reputation for losing $1,000 over a single hand over so much paper. Card game attended by mostly wealthy merchants and plantation owners. Too much too rich for Kane's blood. But he'd been drinking heavily, and he felt he couldn't part them from some of their money. When he had seen the three ladies turn up his ham like rainbow, Through a string of bad weather, he felt lucky, and he was going to let such opportunity slip through his fingers. So he cast reasons to win and stay the hand much longer. Sense should have allowed, or means should have been permitted. Otherwise, he recalled that Everly sitting back, starting over his cards. Him with the cool, hard glare, that smile that struck in his craw, like had bad corn liquor. The son's a bitch just bluffing, Kane kept telling himself. He felt he knew when someone wasn't holding anything. It was only after he'd seen the three aces spread out over